Welcome everybody. So this is 9.4 Systems of Equations with Elimination Part 1. So we're doing REI 6, solve a system by elimination through addition. So this first part, solve the riddle. How much is each animal? Right, if we wrote this out, so we have 3 dogs, or 3 dogs minus 2 giraffes equals 0. So that's our first equation. Right, our second equation, 3 dogs plus 2 giraffes equals 12. So now we have 2 equations, which is our system, right? Because we have 2 or more equations. So now we're going to do it by elimination. So this is one method where we can take 2 equations and just add them together. Just add them together. Because if you notice, these two, negative 2 giraffes and plus 2 giraffes, if we add them together, they're going to eliminate, right? And that's the goal of it, to add so that we can eliminate one of the variables. So 3D plus 3D is 6D. The g's cancel, and then 0 plus 12 is 12, right? So we just added both equations so that one of them will cancel out. Now we can divide and solve, right? Divide by 6, divide by 6. Now D is equal to 2, right? So each dog is worth 2. And then just like last time, if we know one of them, we can find out what's the other one by using one of the equations, right? So if we know the dogs is 2, we can use, let's say, the bottom equation to do it. Right, so we go 3 times 2, because that's your dogs, plus 2g equals 12. And then we can solve that. 6 plus 2g equals 12. Then we subtract 6 both sides. 2g equals 6. Divide by 2. G equals 3. All right, so we know each dog is 2 and each giraffe is 3. Okay, so problems like these, if we want to just add a system to eliminate, we want to do that. That'll be the easiest way in some of these problems. Okay, like if we go down, here's your examples, like number 1. Okay, we'll solve the following system using elimination. Okay, if we look at our problem, we notice the y's, one is positive, one is negative, right? So we have opposite signs. We're just going to add, right? Add to eliminate. Add to eliminate. So we got opposite signs here. We're just going to add these 2 equations together. Okay, so we're going to add these 2 equations together, right? And a 2x plus 5x is 7x. These are going to cancel out. And then 10 plus 18 is 28. So now we have 7x equals 28. Simple, right? We just eliminated the y. So now we can just solve. So 7 is attached to the x. We have to divide it to get rid of it. X equals 28 divided by 7 is 4. Right? And then once we know one of the variables, we're going to use that to find the other variable, right? So we're going to substitute. So we substitute into either equation to solve for y. So either one. So let's use first one. It's all positive numbers. All right, so we're going to use 2x plus y equals 10. So we're just going to substitute 4. All right, so we're going to put our 4 in for x. Oh, that's 4. So 2 times 4, 8, plus y equals 10. And then we can solve this. Subtract 8 both sides. Y is equal to 2. So now we know our x is 4, our y is 2, right here. So our solution is our ordered pair. 4, 2, right? Because our x value is 4, our y value is 2. Okay, let's look at the next one. So number 2, if you look at it, right? So if you look closely, you can see that the y's here are the same, like 5, but they're both positive, right? So this is same sign. So same sign. So in order to eliminate, what we're going to do, we're going to multiply. So we're going to multiply one equation by -1, then solve. So multiply one equation by -1 so that we can eliminate it. Okay, let's do the second one. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply this whole thing by -1, just to flip the signs so that we can eliminate it. Right, so we have our top equation, x plus 5y equals 33. The bottom equation, when we multiply by -1, right, we're going to multiply everything by -1. We're going to have positive 2x, negative 5y, positive 6. All right, so remember that. So we're going to distribute -1 to all terms here. So remember, when we distribute, we write -1 to everything in the equation, both sides. Just multiply everything by -1. Now we can add, right? So we just add this, and it's going to eliminate. Right, your positive 5y and your negative 5y are going to eliminate. All right, so I'm going to add to eliminate. So we get x plus 2x, 3x's, these cancel. 33 plus 6 is 39. Now we can solve that. It's a lot simpler, right? So divide by 3, x equals 13. All right, and like every other problem, once we know one of the variables, x equals 13, then we can substitute that to solve for y, and we can use either equation, any equation that we want to. Okay, let's use the first one. So if we use x plus 5y equals 33, we're going to take that 13, put it in for x. So we have 13 plus 5y equals 33. And then solve. Right, then solve. So we're going to subtract 13. So both sides, we get 5y equals 33 minus 13 is 20. Divide by what's attached to your variable, 5. Y equals 4. So we know x equals 13, y equals 4. Right, and remember, we can use any equation. Here, any one that we want. So this one we just chose the top one. But it doesn't matter. Just use either equation. It will work. So we know that x is 13, y is 4. So our solution is going to be 13, 4. Because that's our x, y, right? So that's our x, that's our y. Bang. Just like that. Okay, so the main points of it is we want to eliminate one of the variables. If it's already set up perfectly, like one is positive, one is negative, we just add it to eliminate it. If they're not set up, like one is positive and one is, or both positive, then we just multiply one of them by -1 so that now we do cancel when we add it together. Okay, let's do number 3. So let's identify which one we want to eliminate first. Right, so identify which variable to eliminate. Right, so this one, we can see these right here, they're the same and opposite. Right, so we're just going to add them to eliminate. Right there. So add to eliminate. Right, the x's. So now the x's are gone. So we have -2y and -9y. That's -11y equals 9 plus 2, 11. Right, and then we can solve that. Divide by what's attached to the variable to get it going. Y equals -1. Yeah, and once we have one of them, again, we can use to solve for the other. Any one we want. Let's use the second equation now. So let's use x minus 9y equals 2. All right, so we can choose x minus 9y equals 2 here. And then we're going to substitute y is -1. So we get x minus 9 times -1 equals 2. So this is x. -9 times -1 is positive 9 equals 2 minus 9 both sides. X is equal to -7. Bam. Right, so our y is -1, our x is -7. So our solution, so x goes first. So x is -7, our y is -1. And that's our solution. -7, -1. And again, remember, xy, xy. Okay, let's look at number 4. Okay, so we're going to identify which variable to eliminate for this one. So let's do the y's, because you have 7, -7x, 9x, 9, they don't match, right? We can't just add it. Let's keep it easy. So we're going to eliminate these y's here. Right, so we eliminate, but they're both positive. We want one of them to be negative. We're going to multiply. So let's multiply the top one by -1. Right, so this becomes right here. So we get positive 7x negative y equals -3. The bottom equation just comes across like that. All right, so we distribute -1. Here. And multiply top equation by -1. To eliminate y. Right. So now we look at it. When we add them, the y's are going to cancel. Right? Now these are going to cancel because they're opposite signs. And then 7x plus 9x, 16x. Negative 3 plus 19 is 16. Divide by 16. X equals 1. Right? Easy. Then we can use that to solve, right? We're going to pick any equation that we want to. Let's use the second one. So we're going to use 9x plus y equals 19. And then we're going to take that x equals 1, put it in for x. All right, so we're going to substitute x equals 1 to solve for y. Right, and any equation will do, either one. Right, so either equation. So we get 9, and our x is 1. We just substitute that in there. 9 times 1, 9, plus y equals 19. Subtract 9 to both sides. Y is equal to 10. All right, so we have x equals 1, y equals 10. So our solution is 1, 10. Right there. Okay? So these one, when you're looking at it, identify which variable to eliminate first. So this one, nicely, you can just add them and eliminate. So we eliminate x. So we're left with y. And then we get y, we substitute that into the other equation, any equation that we want, to get x equals negative 7. And we write our solution. This one, the y's we want to eliminate. Right, one is positive, so we need, or both are positive, so we want to multiply the top equation by negative 1. And we get here. Then we add to eliminate. We get x equals 1. Substitute that back in. Solve, we get y equals 10. And that is our solution, 1, 10. Man, that's all there is to it right there.